Blimey. Blimey. Yes, Sir Hairless here. Today we are back with Dimash, and this is a lesser requested one, but one that Dimash performed in Budapest when I went there to see him last year. This is Durdaraz. That's quite a mouthful to say, Durdaraz. I didn't film clips of every song he performed in Budapest, so I don't know if I filmed this one or not. I guess we'll find out after I hear it. If you want to see the video I made on my trip to Budapest to see Dimash, the card for that will be up here. This performance is from his Almaty concert, quite fitting considering this song is sung in Kazakh. The lyrics are on screen. The English translation is on the right, so please have a pause and a read through. Apparently the title, Durdaraz, doesn't have an exact translation, but it means tension or disagreement. Apparently also the song is quite upbeat, so sort of an upbeat folk love song. Sounds very interesting. Let's get straight into it. Yes, I do recognize this. Let me check if I have any footage, any clips. I have them all in a folder here. Nope, didn't film any clips of this song. That's a shame. Okay, so if you've seen my videos before, you'll know that I tend to play the song for around a minute or so, maybe a bit more. Then I pause and then I go over the analysis. Then we carry on with the song. So we'll do all that in a second. But first, all the requests I received for this song, many of them were for different versions, different concerts. I received quite a few for the 2021 digital concert. And I just had a quick look on YouTube and there is some fan cam footage of the Budapest performance too. I think we should watch those as well. I won't include them in this YouTube video because I don't want this video to be too long, but I will watch them afterwards with some short discussions. So if you want to see them as well, you can find my full video linked below over on my Patreon, which is also where I have all of the unfiltered Dimash videos that I've had to block because of copyright in the past. So we have those performances to look forward to, see if there are any significant differences or not. Right now though, let's start again and crack on with this Almaty performance.
Durdaraz.
Blimey, there is a lot going on here. It's quite the sensory overload with these visuals, the aesthetic. It's clearly like a more rock type performance. A lot of energy, but why I kind of went, whoa, is because of this. Oh, I was intrigued when I saw the dancers crouched down, scurrying along like crabs almost, but that, I was not prepared for that. Right, we've actually gone through about a minute and a half, so we'll do our first pause now. If you don't want to hear my thoughts or analysis, go to the timestamp. There's a lot going on in this performance. It might not seem like it compared to some of Dimash's other songs, but there is a lot going on, many different instrumental layers. I'll try and point out a few of the more interesting ones. Immediately, the woodwind type sound. A stark contrast to the heavy power chords in the guitar. We've got flames, we've got heavy beats. We have the hobbies there as well that we've seen quite a few times now. And then the first strange sound, I guess, in the sense that it's not something we would often hear, are these kind of beep boop type sounds. Very futuristic, very space-like. Out of key, but slowly falling into key. And we can very subtly hear it adjusting slowly but surely. And now we've settled into this motif, repeating in the background, with the main notes being sort of arriving on that top note over and over. And then adjusting as the chord progression happens. Actually moving back up at the end. So that was interesting, was not expecting that. I don't think anyone could have expected that realistically. And alongside that is the idea of growth, texturally, more instruments coming in. Not much else going on. A guitar power chord playing out. Slightly discordant chords in the guitar. They're not your standard perfect triads, and the frequency with which we hear them has increased. Immediately afterwards, let's listen for the guitar. And then we get into this. The translation in the video says one motif. Any Kazakh speakers out there will have to let me know if that's accurate or not. The lyrics translation I put in the introduction instead said one torment. Anyway, the melody and the harmony here are interesting, and they tie into when we first heard Dimash sing. So let's just listen to what we get here, which is kind of the chorus. We get these three notes. And this is the key we're in. So we can think of that as note number 1. Here's the chord. B flat minor, let's call it. So if B flat is number 1, the notes that we get are 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to Dimash's entry when he first starts singing. Similar, but not the same. The second note is here instead of there. But then the chorus. Why this is interesting is because this is one of the main things about the song, I think, that gives it the really Eastern feel. I've grown up in the Western world. I'm familiar, like I know many of you are, mostly with Western music. We go by Western musical traditions, keys, scales. This key, B flat minor, the scale is this. So based on that, the first time Dimash sings matches the scale. The chorus that we're hearing has this flattened second note. It's one lower than it should be, creating a clash with the first note, a chromatic inflection. I always talk about chromatic inflections when we hear them. They have so much emotive power, you know, they can just increase the tension in the music. So when we hear this, and they're talking about spats, quarrels, tension, arguing, disagreements, you know, not nice things, having this harmonic change really, really helps to emphasize their lyrics. What else do we get in the background to increase the tension, the agitation? In the background there. But up the octave, sounds like an electric guitar playing quite high up. Then Dimash's melody becomes exposed once more. Very Eastern sounding scale. Instrumental interlude, no singing. The crazy dances and dance moves that we saw. I wonder what else they're going to do. And finally, before we carry on, I noticed the other instrument. It's the, what was it? The dombra. right here. Dimash occasionally plays this in some of his songs. So overall, so far, this is really interesting to me. Very, very traditional Kazakh in terms of the harmony, the intonation, the instruments they're choosing, the language, but also quite typically Western in the rockness of it. Let's carry on and see what's next. Whoa, those acrobatics on show certainly are cool. This is definitely more of a spectacle to behold. There's so much going on. We'll do another quick pause here, just a few points I'd like to go over before we finish off until the end. There's under 1 minute left. From where we carried on, it becomes very obvious. I didn't speak about this before. The rhythms, intrinsically, the time signature in music. So simply put, this is how many beats per bar or measure. I call them bars. We have. So here, let's think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. So just there, you can see that it was changing between 4 beats in a bar or 3 beats in a bar, common time and triple time. Not only does this make us feel perhaps a tiny bit less familiar with what we're hearing, we can't fall into the comfort of every bar being the same length. Just as you saw then, I was trying to follow along, but after a few bars, I lost track because I don't remember exactly how it went because of the seemingly unnatural and inconsistent time changes. It's another way of just removing any sort of peace from the music, keeping the tension in there, you know, making us wonder what's going to happen. Amazing visuals too. Wow. And amidst all of this music, the harmony, and the harmony isn't too complex. There aren't that many chord changes or funky jazzy chords in there, but there are certain notes that we're hearing that don't fit in. They are just causing dissonance, quite subtle. I don't know if you can hear something that sounds a bit off in the background there, quite high up. Around there. Making us feel a little bit uneasy. I'm not actually feeling uneasy. You know, I'm enjoying the music, but I'm making a point that all of these different techniques that are being used, everything so carefully considered, is all to just keep the tension in there. I liked this bit here, the visuals as well, of having this 50-50 screen effect. If I didn't see the backing vocalists here, I probably would have missed them on the first listen. Simple but effective backing line. As for Dimash's vocals, there's nothing crazy out there so far. Fair enough, it's not that type of song. It's quite a repetitive song and it clearly is serving a purpose. It's meant to make us feel in a certain way. The complete opposite of, for example, İkinaide. I'm using that as an example because that's probably my favorite Dimash performance I've seen so far. If you want to see my reaction to that, you can do so card up here, but it's still quite high for the chest voice. And Dimash is very seamlessly transitioning between the more kind of operatic tenory type voice, a lot of vibrato, and then the opposite, a more raw sound, straight tone, dropping off at the end of the note in terms of pitch. And in the choral world, this That's certainly towards the top of a tenor's range. I really like the dombra section. They're slightly out of tune, ever so slightly, and I really like it. It gives them such a natural sound, an authentic, traditional folk instrument sound, an instrument that's been around for such a long time. Quite the contrast to your modern electric guitar. And whilst they are quite limited in what they're doing, they're moving a little bit. There's the one note, the drone, amidst it all that does not move. Ding, ding, ding, ding. So the few chord changes that we do get around this one note not moving creates quite an interesting effect. And then when we have these contortionists, really, I mean, doing all this crazy stuff in the background, quite the spectacle indeed. Let's carry on until the end. Yeah, I am sure that would have been amazing, unbelievable to see live here. I can tell you now that when I saw that in Budapest, it was definitely one that stood out compared to a lot of the other types of music that we do here by Dimash. This isn't my favorite song by Dimash. It's just so different, and it's not really comparable to your likes of Autumn Strong, Ikenayde. They're just too different in a way, and it's a testament to how amazing Dimash is that he can effortlessly, seamlessly, naturally perform these songs that are so different, such a contrast in one concert, and have a global fan base. Yeah, really quite special. Now it's time to watch the performance from the 2021 digital concert and then the fan camera footage from Budapest. So if you'd like to see them, head on over to the link down below. And if not, I don't have more to say on this one. Thank you, as always, for watching. Would appreciate a like and subscribe. If you'd like to support me, you can donate me a hot chocolate or two at the Buy Me a Coffee linked below. Or if you'd like to join the community, get access to polls, exclusive additional content, not on YouTube, you can join the Patreon linked on the screen now, and I will see you next time.